Hey guys, today you're going to get back your mineral. Remember that we practiced all different kinds of watercolor techniques on our mineral. You're also going to need to grab some different size paint brushes. You can see I grabbed all three because you never know what size you're going to need when you're painting. We are also not going to be sitting at our normal table seats today. Last class I asked you to pick out one color in your head, and that was going to be your main mineral color. I chose orange. So last class we used analogous colors, so I actually used orange, yellow, and red. But since orange is my main color, I need to go have a seat at the orange table. The orange table is going to have my orange paint. I'm going to start off by just painting a couple spots. Right? I don't want to fill them all in with orange, maybe about a third of them. So I'm going to choose a few, I'm going to paint them in. Obviously making sure to use a little brush in my little spots, big brush in my big spots. Do your very best to paint inside those lines. I usually start by outlining the shape and then filling it in from there. Alright, so I've painted a couple just orange. Now I can start mixing some paint. Off the supply table, I'm going to grab a magazine page. We're going to use this as a paint palette today. And we're going to be talking about tints and shades. So I'm going to start off by working with tints. When I use a tint, I always start with white. So I'm going to take a little bit of white. I'm going to use my big brush. I'm going to scoop a little bit out onto my paper. Just like that. Just a few scoops. Now I'm going to clean off my brush, gently tapping on the bottom of my water bowl, and I'm going to give it just a slight wipe onto the sponge. Now I can take some orange and scoop that onto my paint palette as well. And that tints are colors mixed with white. So get some orange on my paper. Ready to go. So I'm going to start off by adding just a little bit of orange to that white. That's the trick with tints. You always add the color to white. So I'm going to take a little bit of orange and I'm going to mix it with some of this white. See, I get a very light orange, a tint of orange. Now I can use that color to paint part of my mineral. You could do a few with that tint, or you can start to change your color again. So I'm going to take some of that orange, because remember I always add the color to white, and I can mix a little bit more in with that tint that I'd already made. And it's going to change my color. You can see that it looks a little bit different. And the more and more orange I add to it, the more and more orange this tint is going to get. So I'm going to do about another third of my mineral with these tints. So I did about a third of it with regular orange. I'm going to do about a third of it with the tint, and lastly I'm going to do about a third of it with a shade. Alright, so I did some orange, I did some tints of orange. After you have finished painting your color and your tints as well, then you are done for the day. These need to go at the bottom of the drying rack. You need to put all of your brushes that are dirty into the brush bin.